Turf Talk 101. One of my favorite high schools to visit. They always take care of me. Last time I was there, I had some kind of I'm get I it was top three chicken and bean burrito. Man, I don't even know where it came from. But shout out to the coaching staffs. They always show me love over there at the one and only DB University over there, Rancho Cucamonga. And
Yes, sir.
this young man, I had a chance to watch first a couple games, but I got to be on the sideline, like I was just talking to him about Bishop Amat. And when I
Mm.
tell you the physicality was on another level, it was bang, bang, bang. It was just banging all around. And I was like, dude, man, these dudes is violent out here. And of course, they got one of the best defensive back coaches, what I'm saying, I consider in the nation, Mr. Sauer. And they didn't put that on top of with another guy over there with the Coach Crutchfield. I mean, this dude's going to be dangerous. But young Crutchfield right here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, just grinding day in, day out. I'm doing pretty good. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm gonna top it off like, well, let's go ahead and introduce yourself for the people who may not know you. Tell them what's your name, who you are, accolades, whatnot, and what year you are, what high school, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes, sir. I'm Tahj Crutchfield. I go to Rancho High. I run track. I play football. I run 10-7 in the 100 meters in track. I've been playing football since I was 7 years old. I transferred from Sinton last year in the summer. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
when you let that just slide on by, run track. No, you just don't run track. Not everybody gets invited to Arcadia. What
Right,
y'all,
yeah.
what y'all do in Arcadia, man? I seen all four of y'all up on the stage. What y'all do?
Yeah, I was hurt. So like me, because my hamstring was messed up. So
Okay,
uh they ran a Trey for a third leg.
okay.
So he ran. I think they ran 41:32, which is a PR.
Yeah. And that's the running back from last year, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yes, sir.
definitely, yeah, definitely shout out Trey, shout out his dad Dub. Uh,
Yes, sir.
but I just wanted everybody to know, what I'm saying, you was part of that team that got them there and you moving. And when I say Rancho got some movers over there, they got some movers over there. I want to
Yeah.
talk, let's to get into that real quick. How much do you think the track has in helped y'all with the football?
Oh, I think it helped a lot. Like because going into high school, I never ran track. So my freshman year, like my first freshman year in high school football, I kind of was like here and there with like the whiteouts, like in like a
Mm.
one-on-ones and stuff. But then after that freshman track season, the following a year after, I ran track, and I went back into my sophomore season for football, and it was a major difference.
Yeah.
Track helped so much; it was like crazy. It was like unbelievable.
Yeah, and I believe that because I see that with a lot of different athletes. I want to jump
Yes,
to the
sir.
next part. Like somebody like your dad has a heavy influence on speaking to kids and mentoring kids and guiding kids. And those kids always somehow, I don't know you, like I haven't talked to your pops today. I'm telling you, those kids always or young athletes always turn out special because of their
Yeah,
dads. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way they
yeah,
dads is on them, and I see that in you. You know what I'm saying? How
yeah.
is you and your dad's relationship? Like it's kind of altered your game because I've seen you a couple of times, and when I seen
Mhm.
you last year, I was like, oh,
Yeah,
he's flipped the switch. So talk
yeah.
a little bit about that.
He's on me pretty tough. It's like sometimes like he's on me about like my room being clean or
Yeah,
like being like nice to like the staff at school and stuff because he knows like college coaches and NFL scouts they go to places and ask about like, oh, is his room clean? How is he as a kid around campus and things like that. So like he's on me pretty tough, but I know it's tough love. So
yeah, definitely tough love. I just want to let you know that sometimes you have to hear that from another adult. Kids like
yes, sir.
you, young adults like you, always turn out special because of them dads on you. Like, let's go
Yep.
work out Thanksgiving morning. I know you do
Yeah.
that here and there, so just
Yeah.
keep up what you're doing.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
I want to talk a little bit about your off season going into your junior year because I seen you
Yeah.
last year. You look like
Mhm.
a totally different person. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It looked like the weight room, the track and field, all that. Talk
Yeah.
about the off season you had to lead to the body you got now, and as well as the mentality.
Yeah, it was a chip on my shoulder because my sophomore season, I was going with the ones at first at safety at Sinton, but then my knee got messed up.
Okay.
So then I came back, but I was kind of set back. I was going with the threes, so it was kind of like a chip on my shoulder to get back to where I was, and I knew I had the speed to go like 10-8 that year, and
Yeah.
I went 10-8 that year, and I was going crazy in a weight room taking protein and just putting in work day in day out.
Yes, sir. Talk. I want to hear you
Yep, yep.
because you said the protein. Talk about the diet. I know Pop's saying eat, eat, eat. I know
Yeah,
because I'm a dad too. Eat, 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 eat.
yeah,
Talk about what's the importance of the off season of eating and the workouts being consistent. So other athletes know, the ones that
yeah,
haven't reached what your your ceiling is yet.
yeah. I would say like diets are very much important, and also like multivitamins are very much important too. And I would say like drinking like a gallon of water a day, like because like my dad is on that about me like big time. Like he makes sure like I have my multivitamins, my water,
Mhm.
the right food, eating pasta, taking the rice, and things of that nature. So yeah,
Yeah, he's trying to fill you up with starches because you burn everything else so fast. I know
yeah,
what Pops
right,
is doing. I know. I seen
yeah,
the animal you became. And when I
yeah,
say and when I say animal, man, I'm giving you credit because when I seen that game, there's a lot of high school kids that tackle,
hmm.
right? You
Yes, sir.
guys ain't tackling. You guys
Nah,
is like bang bang. It's like it's a punishment, and you guys enjoy it. So let's talk
yeah.
a little bit about your season last year, being in that defensive backfield where a lot of them went to college, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Let's talk to me about you, the communication and you catching on with that that veteran backfield and what you learned from and some of the moments and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, we got Coach Sauer. His IQ is crazy, as
Mm,
we all know. And then we got Coach Simmons, which is the actual corners coach. He played at Wazoo for
okay.
I think 4 years, so he has a lot of knowledge there too. And then like I'll go back home and just watch film with like my dad and stuff after because my dad played at BYU and then went undrafted to the Lions at a corner, so he has like a lot of knowledge too. And then like even people on my team like Kyron or like Raheem and them just giving like advice on what to do and what not to do and how to fit in like the system at Rancho.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, I was glued on that sideline and I was hearing the communication. The
Yeah.
communication was amazing out there. Like you didn't really need a coach out there. I
Hmm.
what's your role this year in the communication? Do you have a bigger part in the communication, or was you just more
Yeah.
listening last year? What to do?
Yeah. This year I'm more like the face of the defense as of for the
Okay,
DBs.
we
Yeah.
talking to the guy. Okay, okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I knew I sensed
Yeah.
that. I sensed that in you last year. Like I
Yes,
said,
sir.
I popped up at a couple games, and I had to ask everybody like, "Who is that?" They was like, "That's Lil Chris." I was like, "What?" I was like, "He didn't
Yeah.
got violent. He didn't got
Yeah.
violent." Let's talk. Okay, so we talked about that. What was some of your highlights last year that you really enjoyed?
Probably my favorite game was against Upland. Even though we lost, I had like a lot of highlights. I had a few plays like on Preston and stuff, and it was just like me like driving to the ball, me like making tackles and stuff. I think I had like I think 9 tackles that game. So
Mm.
yeah, so it was a pretty big game for me.
Now watch this one. What was the game you had to make the most adjustments? Or Pops kept looking at you, or they kept helping you make a little bit of? What were some games that maybe not gave you some issues, but it was like the coverages, or like the communication might not have been 100%, and there was some things going on.
Most definitely our first game, Marietta Valley, most
Oh,
definitely.
that's cheating. Everybody communication off first game. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
Let's get into. I know you doing heavy on the track. I know Pops probably got you resting, because it's
yeah.
about to be go time, spring ball. What's some things that Well, I was gonna say what you're doing this off season, but of course it's track. What's some things that you're doing possibly different this off season that you didn't do last off season, and maybe you're inputting it or doing it a little bit more this off season?
Yeah, well, last year at Shinton, I had to do a track and football at the same time.
Yeah.
And like I would notice every time I would do that, I would get hurt like in my hip or like my groin or like things like that. But this year is just track, so I can really just focus on track this year. That's like the main difference, really.
Okay. So you just track on the off season, and then you're gonna
Yeah.
take a couple weeks off, and now you're gonna focus on football in a
Hmm.
little while. Let's.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this year you say you're gonna be more of of the vet on defense. What's some things you're expecting? What's some things you have to do to help out the younger? DBs and for the secondary?
Yeah, show up to practice every single day and give it all my effort every day. I got to help out the young DBs, teach them how to fit in the system and things like that.
Okay. What's some of your, we'll leave that alone because I don't want to get into specifics for our details. What's some games you got circled?
Uh, or probably most likely Marietta Valley again, the rematch because they beat us in the playoffs, and then we got Oluga game 2.
Okay. Oh,
Yep,
that's two good games starting off the
yep,
season. I like the
yep,
way I like how Rancho's setting it up with the difficult first 5 games. It gets you
yep.
ready for the season because a lot of people, in my opinion, they have either they have an easy first 5 games
Hmm.
or they have a difficult first 5 games in the easy league, or you
Hmm.
guys kind of like your your
Yeah,
your season and your first 5 games. It's like it's a battle. So,
right. Yep.
do you think that benefits you? Or I mean, besides the banged up bodies, because you guys is violent flying around, but does it benefit you when it's go time for the playoffs and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think having like a hard first 5 games in the easy league, I think that's really good because like even in league you can kind of rest up a little bit because like you'll probably be done by
Look at you.
halftime, depending on
Look
who you're
at you.
playing. So,
Hey, hey,
and I
hey,
feel like
somebody gonna circle this. They gonna put this up in on
tell
what's
them
it
go
called?
ahead.
Yeah, tell them to go ahead. Hey, welcome to. Hey, well, shout out to DBU over there, Coach Sauer, Coach Dub,
Yes,
Crutchfield,
sir.
my family over there, Big Head, Coach Graham, the head coach. They've always made me feel like I got a home over there. I'll definitely be out there for a couple sideline games, man. I appreciate
Yes,
you,
sir.
hanging out with us, and good luck this
Appreciate you.
year. Don't forget about us
Thank
because
you.
we'll check in with you during the season.
Yes, sir. Will do. Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
Hey, no problem. It's young Tahj Crutchfield, Rancho Cucamonga. What you a senior this year?
Junior right now. I'm going into my senior year.
You're gonna be a senior. Okay, that's what
Yep, yep.
you're gonna be a senior this year. What's your number?
This year I'm probably gonna wear number 1.
Okay, we're gonna get number one,
Yep.
but just look for the name Crutchfield. He's a banger. He got offers up the butt. He got a gang of people inquiring about him. He come from a great family, a great football family, and a great school DBU out there in Rancho. So shout out to
Yes,
you,
sir.
man. We're gonna keep an eye out on you. And
Yes, sir.
thank you for making the time tonight.
Yes, sir. Most definitely. Thank you.
No problem.